Hello and welcome to round 1 of the DDF Racer YouTube channel Hotlap Challenge Championship. It's a bit of a mouthful. I should probably think of a shorter name for it. Anyway, this is round 1 of 8 every week. I'm going to use a new car and track combination in RaceRoom Racing Experience, and I'm going to give myself an hour to basically set the fastest time I possibly can. After that, it is then your chance to go and beat me. Now, today's car track combination is the Canhard R52, and I'm going to be driving at the RaceRoom Raceway Classic layout, which, fun fact, I've never actually driven this track before doing this video, so this is going to be pretty interesting. Anyway, if you want to register yourself in the championship, then what you need to do is basically add me as a friend in RaceRoom Racing Experience, because at the end of the 8 weeks, when I add all of the challenge times up, I'm going to filter it by friend only, otherwise I'm going to have to spend a lot of time looking through the leaderboards. So yeah, let's go and get stuck in, guys. Okay guys, so here we are at round 1 of the DDF Racer Hotlap Challenge Championship. Unfortunately, I've had a few technical difficulties with my recording software recently, meaning I can't record the way I usually record. I've switched over to using the Oculus mirror, and I've actually already done an hour's driving, and I've already done the challenge here, only to take my headset off at the end of the hour and realise that Streamlabs had crashed. So, you can see here, I have done a 1 minute 35.504. Now that was after an hour's worth, and I was kind of struggling to beat that time. So, what I'm actually going to do is, for the purposes of recording a video, I'm going to condense it down to 10 minutes. So, I know I said at the start I'm only going to have 1 hour, but I've got no footage to show you. So, here we go. 10 more minutes, guys. So, I'm going to start the timer now. And the timer says here we have 1 hour remaining. So our last lap was a 1:35.759. That was the last lap that we managed to get in our challenge that didn't record. And our best lap was a 1:35.504. So we've still got about half a second to find to the lead car. So without any further ado, let's go driving. Let's see if we can redeem ourselves for some of the footage that was lost previously. Still got a few technical problems here that I'm working out, which, yeah, means I can extend my stint to 1 hour and 10 instead of the usual hour. But what I found out in the first hour of the video was basically the car is very light on the rear over the crests, and there's a lot of blind crests here at RaceRoom Raceway. Obviously, I'd never driven this car and track before an hour ago, so I'm getting used to it. And it's a track that really does require knowledge. You can't just sort of guess your way around, because so many of the corners are blind. You really have to know where you're going, and it did take a while to get up to speed. It took about 40 minutes before I could start putting consistent laps in without cutting the track every lap. Like that. And obviously this is just an outlap to get back up to speed, but the car itself is great. Got to be quite gentle on the brakes, because as soon as you start locking those front tyres, that's it. You're just going to keep on locking them all the way. And they're quite easy to lock as well. And the rear of the car comes around quite easily. There's a lot of lift-off oversteer, and a lot of on-power understeer. So, kind of like a front-wheel drive car, I guess, really. That kind of fits the characteristics. Now, of course, this is one of the free cars, the free tracks that is available within RaceRoom, so anybody can have a go. And that is our outlap here at RaceRoom Raceway. Let's go and give it a proper whirl. So that lap was 1.5 seconds off our fastest from before, but we weren't really trying. And when that clock hits 50 minutes, maybe 49, because I chatted for about a minute at the start of the video. When that time says 49, we'll be good to go. It's an honesty policy. Just until I can get some recording software that doesn't crap out on me after 30 minutes. It kind of makes it difficult to record an hour challenge. Anyway, that's not what you're here for. You're not here to hear me whinge about my software problems. You're here to watch me drive the Canhard R52 at the RaceRoom Raceway. We're about a quarter of a second down on our best lap so far. Ooh, we could feel the rear starting to come around then. Ah, cut the track. Cut the track. I'm going to keep on going though, just for practice. No point coming back to the pits and restarting, because then we'll never learn the second half of the track. And I want to see where I can push and where I can't push. It's kind of like the Nordschleife, you know? So many people are familiar with the first sector of the Nordschleife, but they couldn't tell you how to drive the last sector because they kind of give up after the first few corners. It's like, right, restart, I've crashed. And then by the time you actually do get through to the final section of the track, you don't really know what to do. You've nailed the first sector because you've done it so many times. That's kind of what I want to avoid with these hot lap challenges. It's very tempting to just restart as soon as you make a mistake, but then you never learn the second half of the track. And that lap didn't count anyway, but that was 6/10 down. Like I said, our best lap so far is a 1:35.5. Going to sacrifice quite a lot of speed through the first half of that first chicane.
Sector 1 is a 10th off your best.
And these two right-handers here are very tricky. You've got to really consider them as one sweeping corner. It all kind of flows. Ooh, the rear wants to come round again then. Over the crest. Back of the car kicking out. Ah, we've cut the track again. Come on, Dan. Concentrate, mate. This is more practice. So we're losing a bit of time in the second chicane compared to our fastest lap before. Need to fix that for next time round. This is very late apex here. Try and stop the car from drifting round at the back. This one as well, got a late apex, get the power down ever so slowly, brake a lot earlier for this hairpin than you think. The car just wants to loop around otherwise. And this is a funny kind of hairpin, this one. It's not really slow enough to be a hairpin. It's a very comfortable second gear right-hander. That was 4/10 down. So, if we do well, we can maybe get closer to our time again. Locking the brakes there. Okay, I'm going to go against what I said earlier in the video, and I am going to escape back to the pits and do a restart. Because I've only got about 5 minutes left to go, and that's maybe going to be 3 laps. Because I'm not doing the usual RaceRoom system where once the time reaches 0, that's it. I'm actually going to finish my lap if the clock reaches 0. Just to give myself even more of a chance. Because like I said, guys, I've already had an hour of this. But I need to show you some content. I can't just say, oh yeah, that's my time. So I really hope I can beat my best time in this video. I haven't got much chance left to do it though. I can't wait for you guys to have a go as well and see what kind of times you can do. What? Cut track? Okay, restart, back to the garage. Okay, like I was saying, I really want to see what time you guys can do. Because I don't feel like I'm driving this car properly. I feel like the guy who got the 135.0 on the top of the leaderboard. He's pretty quick, but I feel like a lot of you guys could drive this quicker. I just don't think I've got the right technique for this car. But hey, it's going to be a long championship. Plenty of chances to redeem myself, right? We're neck and neck with our best time through the first chicane now. Bleed off the speed. You carry too much speed. The rear kicks out over the top of the hill. Same again here. Got to take a lot more less speed than you think you can. And then just plant it. Neck and neck with our fastest time again. Remember not to cut the track on the outside here, Dan. Just be patient. There we go. We lost about a 1/10 of a second, but it's better than not getting any time whatsoever. You hear the tyres squealing through the first part of that chicane then. Probably the slowest or one of the slowest corners on the track. This is definitely the slowest corner on the track. Car just didn't want to turn then, got lots of torque understeer. Should have lifted out and saved some time. And even with that, we're only about a tenth off our fastest.
That lap was at 135.62.
Let's see if we can go faster on this one. Now it felt like a good exit. Again, we're neck and neck through the first sector. There's nothing in it. That was a bit better though. We're actually up on our time. Oh, it's still neck and neck. Come on, Dan. There we go. With 8 seconds left on the clock, we're up by a little bit.
Your last lap time was
Woo!
at 135.45. Sector 2 and 3 are fast. Sector 1 is 0.06, slower than your best.
And we've cucked it going into the first chicane. I'm going to abandon this lap. The clock is now below 50 minutes. That's what I said. I haven't got enough time to go around and do another lap, and I don't really start another one because that feels like cheating. I've already had an hour. I gave myself an extra 10 minutes just so I can record some footage for you guys. But that is my best time here at the RaceRoom Raceway Classic layout. 1 minute 35.453. It's now your turn to go and beat me. And hopefully you can. Like I said at the start of the video, guys, make sure you add me as a friend on RaceRoom in order for me to see your time on the challenge. If you do not add me as a friend in RaceRoom, then unfortunately I won't be able to count your time, because if I go look at the leaderboard now, I don't know who's entered. You know, anyone could be taking part in the DDF Championship, so if you add me as a friend, I can filter by friends, and I see only the people who have entered this challenge. So yeah, up to you. Go and have a go.
Sector 2 is 15 seconds off your best.
Thanks for the reminder there, Mr. Spotter. I'm just cruising around on my in lap. But yeah, up to you to go and beat me now, guys. 1 minute 35.453. Let me know your best times in the comments, and don't forget, if you go and improve it, you can always go back and edit your comment afterwards. If you enjoyed the video, then don't forget to leave it a like. Like I said, say hi in the comments, share your best times. Go and join the conversation over on Discord as well. Link in the description to the Hotlap Challenge Championship channel. Best of luck. May the fastest person win the challenge, obviously. And make sure you subscribe to see what's going to be on next week.